Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, KGRA proudly brings to you its Pop Culture Minefield's Dork Side of the Ring! The Dork Knight, Danny Ballard, the Atmosphere, Joe Rivers, the Dork Side of the Ring! And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you. Suck it! Hello there. How is everyone today? This is Danny, your friendly neighborhood Dork Knight, and today's show is brought to you by Fuel Up. This stuff here is delicious, nutritious, and packed full of caffeine, which clearly I need. I'd like to introduce my co-host, my buddy, Joe's Atmosphere. Welcome to the show, Joe. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic, my brother. How are you?
Tired.
Tired? Come on, snap out of it. We got a pay-per-view tonight. Come on, bro.
I know. We're going to talk all about it. Let's go ahead and throw up. That's appropriate. Johnny Rock here.
Grow up, man. Come on. It's Sunday. It's Revolution Day. You need to wake the hell up. You need some fuel up.
Yeah, hopefully by the end of the show I'll be good. I just made my fuel up. But speaking of this paper, actually before we get into it, hello, good Hassan. I think I said that correctly. Terrell. Is that from Wrath of Khan?
What?
Is that a pseudonym? I don't know. Captain Terrell? Yeah. I don't know. Anyway.
Captain Terrell, yes. He is the captain of the Reliant.
Look,
he is the captain of the Reliant. Yes, he is.
So,
good played by the venerable late great Paul Winfield, who dies in every sci-fi thing I've ever seen him in.
Right? What's up with that?
Yep.
So I had some notes in my right when we came on. The screen disappeared. I have no idea where it is now.
I have faith you will find it again, my friend.
So there it is. Okay. So I wanted to see. Well, actually, before we get into it, like, how was your week? How was everything? Let's start with Joe. We haven't talked all week.
Yeah, I haven't seen you this week. Got back to normal. My kids went home. I got back to my regular streaming program. We had a really good show Wednesday. You always check in with me right at the end of the damn show too. Because I do that hard cutoff at 2 hours.
Yeah.
My brother and I got back to doing our show and everything. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. We had a good week. Yep.
Good. And how about you, Johnny?
Well, had to go back to work this week after the COVID. So that was kind of an adjustment after having a week and a half off.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm feeling great, fit as a fiddle, and just
that's fantastic. Not that any of you asked. I had an amazing week. I finally got a car.
And nobody asked.
Really?
I've been without vehicle for a very long time. It's been frustrating. I'm an open book. I wear my heart on my sleeve. Everybody should know. A couple years ago, I had a DUI that nearly killed me. Don't worry, I was the only person involved. It was a one-person, one-car accident, and I was in a coma for a few days, and then woke up to a ticket and a lot of broken bones and a lot of "oh my God, you're lucky to be alive" type stuff. So
Yep.
I haven't really been doing the driving thing, and when we finally got a car, so Cece could drive, the damn transmission went out on it. This was several months ago. And so I've been saving money because I with the DUI, insurance is obscenely expensive.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
it is.
I can't afford the insurance if we finance it. So
That's one of the occupational hazards of bartending. I've had a couple, and yes, I can relate with the
there you go.
expense
See,
of the
Yeah.
nobody's perfect. We're all
extra
human.
insurance you have to carry. It sucks.
Yeah. So everybody is always like this or 22. That thing is cheap. That's nothing. It's just the actual insurance. Paid for. We got a Hyundai Azera. It's really nice, really clean. 07, but it's got it's got like 170,000 miles, or 06. It's got 170,000 miles on it, but it's been single owner. It's in great shape. They have the Carfax. They actually took it to the dealer for. I mean, it's got like the records of oil changes on this Carfax. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, right on.
That's what you want if you're going to get an older car like that.
Yeah.
No,
My
I have an older
Yeah,
car, and it runs amazingly, even after being involved in a hit and run late last year.
Well, luckily
Really?
this car's never had any kind of accident.
Oh, I have a 2000 LeSabre, and mine hasn't even hit 100,000 miles yet. The engine and the transmission still run as if they were brand new.
I've got an 08 Sebring that hasn't hit 100,000 miles yet.
Oh, wow. What you guys?
Convertible.
I was like,
my second Sebring, the first one I had was an 06.
Pretty good. She ain't pretty for a 20-year-old car, but 23-year-old car, but she runs like a champ.
I had a Sebring. Well, I rented a Sebring once. Did not like it. It was big. It was huge. It was like driving a boat.
It is a big car.
Yeah.
But I dig
the front end. The front end is like, it's weird to me. It's like it
goes from 0 to 60 and nothing flat. I love it.
So we we got the car, got it paid in full, got the insurance. I'm telling you, the lowest. I got the absolute cheapest insurance with the lowest limits. We had to waive the uninsured motorist, all that crap. And it's still like $250 a month. It's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, that just happened. That just happens with living in Las Vegas. Clark County actually has some of the highest insurance rates in the country.
It does. But before my DUI, I wasn't even paying. I was paying less than $200 a month for like top of the line full coverage. Like 100, 300, 100.
When I lived in California, I was paying less than I pay now for liability, because I only have liability. My car's paid off. It's mine. I'm a good driver. I'm paying more for just liability here in Nevada than I was paying for full coverage back in California.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, it's
insane.
Well, they'll give anybody a driver's license out here. But anyway, we've let's not kill 20 minutes like we did last time, especially because we do now that we are simul streaming on Rumble through the KGRA network. Shout outs to KGRA Digital Broadcasting for carrying us. The show has an earlier cutoff time of 12:50 Pacific. So enough of the pleasantries. Let's get right into it. Tonight is the first pay-per-view of the year for AEW. Revolution.
Let's get naked and start the revolution.
I'm going to be honest, guys.
As Jack Black would say.
Yeah. I'm here's a prediction before we get into our match predictions. This is going to be their lowest buy rate ever. This pay-per-view.
I would be willing to agree with you. Yeah, I watched the go home show of Dynamite this morning and unimpressed.
I'm going to disagree with
Did they beep out Bryan Danielson?
Oh, they did.
They didn't beep it out on the feed I watched. So he said he was going to kick his fucking head in, and I couldn't believe it. I was like,
because I marked out for that. I kind of did.
They bleeped it out on the. I watched it on DVR.
Did they bleep yours out, Johnny Rock?
No, they didn't bleep mine out.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
I know what he said, but
I watched it. I watched it on the TBS app.
And it wasn't bleeped on that. I watched it on.
It wasn't bleeped on the TBS streaming app.
Wow.
I think it was only bleeped on the broadcast.
I like watching the fight TV streams because I don't have to watch the commercials, because when they go to picture in picture, it just stays up if you use the Fight TV app. So that and they never bleep anything. That's why I was asking, because I never know, like, because sometimes things get by and they get in trouble.
The TBS feed, they're on a delay. It was bleeped.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Yeah, I don't know, man.
But
This,
not on
this
the
is
app,
the
not on the
least.
streaming service, like on the
No.
TBS streamer, like the actual TBS app. They didn't bleep nothing.
No.
Cool. This is the least,
So.
and I want to, before we talk about the matches and everything, I want to talk about the build or lack thereof for this pay-per-view. This has got to be, you know, like this wasn't even, I didn't realize until I was making the thumbnail for our show that because that Revolution was tonight, because as I've told you guys, WWE's been getting so good, and there are only so many hours in the week.
And it's definitely the better show this week too.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh yeah.
So I've been watching. You know what's sad is I still haven't got to watch SmackDown from last night or 2 nights ago.
What?
Yeah, I haven't got that.
Dude.
Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns.
Shut the shush.
Whoa.
Don't say a
Damn, I
damn
wanted
word.
to talk about that.
No, this is AEW heavy show. We've been WWE heavy for like 4 weeks in a row. I figure it's time to give a little bit of love, even though they don't deserve it, on AEW. I can always walk away and smoke a cigarette whenever you want to talk about SmackDown, but let's stay on target. Stay on target. So what did you guys think about the build or lack thereof? I think we already know my opinion to this pay-per-view.
I think they've got a couple of matches I'm interested in seeing, but it's nothing I would pay to see. The only one that I would pay to see is the headliner.
Exactly.
MJF and Daniel Bryan.
Bryan Danielson.
Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, whatever you want to call him.
Here's the thing. I would they've done it. This is why I said at the top of the show that this is going to be their worst buy rate. I would not give them my $50 of hard-earned money to watch this. There's just no way.
I'm not going to.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are saying it does sound like a glorified Dynamite or like one of the Arthur Ashe shows or something like that. But
there was no build. Like let's go over the card here. Okay. So at the top of the card is the only match I think any of us give a shit about, and that's the Iron Man match with MJF.
Right. And it's going to go for an hour, and I guarantee you it's going to go for the full hour.
Oh, it is.
There are a few other matches on the card I'm interested in seeing. Like we'll do our see Moxley knock.
We'll do our predictions.
Get the head off his shoulder.
Okay, yeah. So Johnny, take your Ritalin. So we're just going to go through the card first, and then we'll go over like our predictions. So we got the Iron Man match. Then we have the what you were just talking about, empty-headed Adam Page, the Texas Death Match with Jon Moxley, and we got the Women's World Title 3-way match. Then we have the Trios Championship match. Then we have a TNT Championship match. Then we have the Tag Team Title Championship match. They have too many fucking titles. Jesus. Then we have the Chris Jericho versus Ricky Starks match. Christian Cage versus Jungle Boy. The Blackpool Combat Club versus the Dark Order. And in the pre-show, we're going to have a kind of a feel-good trios match because Mark Briscoe is going to be teaming up with the Lucha Brothers to take on Ari Daivari and the Varsity Athletes. That's the entire. Yes, I know. That's the entire card. It's not really blowing my skirt up, gentlemen. What do you think?
Well,
how many matches?
I just gave you the symbol for my favorite wrestler in AEW,
and that's on the free show.
Trio.
That's on the free show. You can watch that for free on YouTube. It's in the countdown show.
I'll watch my man for sure.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Any other because really I don't even.
The triple threat for the women's championship looks good.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. Yeah, but other than first, let's go through this. We've seen Chris Jericho versus Ricky Starks before. We've seen it, and
I don't like this version of Jericho.
Yeah, we'll get into that when we do the predictions.
The association.
We've Samoa Joe versus Wardlow. We've seen it already. I'm just going to point out these ones that because AEW always gave WWE grief for their rematches. Yet their first pay-per-view of the year, we've got Ricky Starks Jericho rematch. We've got the Fatal 4-Way, which has the Guns and the Acclaimed in it, which maybe I'm let's not even count that one. Then we got Wardlow versus Samoa Joe. That's a rematch. Okay. Then we have Jon Moxley versus Adam Page. That's a rematch.
That's a blood feud, though. That one I can stomach.
Okay, all right. Which match
turned into a real blood feud?
Okay.
Now let me ask you something. On Dynamite, they had a ladder match for the Golden Donut or whatever the hell they called it.
It's a Sonic Ring.
Okay, it's a
Sonic
ring.
the Hedgehog.
What did Hobbs get for that?
He gets
a shot at the TNT title
next week.
Whoever wins between Wardlow and Samoa Joe.
Okay. I was wondering what that was about. I was like, He's not wrestling somebody at this pay-per-view?
No. He
Now, I wouldn't be surprised to see
whoever wins the match at the pay-per-view tonight will lose to him on Wednesday.
Yeah.
You were saying, Johnny? I'm sorry.
Oh, I was saying, I can see Hobbs finding a way to interject himself into the Samoa Joe Wardlow match tonight to make it a triple threat, because that seemed to be the angle they were pushing when Hobbs won. It like the after the match developed into a three-way scrum between them.
So let's go ahead and jump into our predictions, since everybody's kind of wanting to talk about different things. What's the first match? Do you want to go in order? You want to go backwards? Do you just want to throw a dart?
You want to build to the top.
To the top.
All right. So the free show, we got Mark Briscoe and the Lucha Brothers versus Ari Daivari and the Varsity Athletes.
Do you really need to ask who's going to win?
Do you really think that?
No.
Do you really think they're going to chop Mark Briscoe out to some jobbers?
No. In fact, they'll probably let him get the pinfall.
Yeah.
Zettel.
Yeah.
You really like that guy, huh?
I love the guy.
Just kidding.
Ever since All In, Kenny Omega versus Pentagon Jr., it was the best match on the show.
All right.
Just was.
Well, okay.
That
was quick and easy. We all agree there. The other pre-show match is the Blackpool Combat Club, which is Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta versus the Dark Order's John Silver and Alex Reynolds. I don't get the point of this match, but the Blackpool Combat Club is going to beat the shit out of it.
It's kind of an extension of the whole Hangman Page Moxley feud.
Yep.
Yeah.
All their boys got swept up in it too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, see, we're going pretty quick. I think you know what? Let's go ahead and talk about the that Moxley Hangman Texas Death Match. I'm going to say I'm going to go last. I want you guys to tell me your predictions.
Mox.
Why?
They've wrestled 3 times already. Who won the last one?
I think they've wrestled. Yeah, they've wrestled 3 times. Mox has won 2. Page has won 1. And so even if Page wins this, it's tied. I think this needs to be the exclamation point on the feud. I think that Page needs to have his empty head knocked off his fucking shoulders.
And he's going to.
And he needs to go disappear and fuck off for a little bit with his family, and then maybe come back with a better attitude. That's just me, though.
See, my heart agrees with you, Danny, but my head, my wrestler booking head, and knowing the way Tony Khan thinks, I honestly think that Hangman's going to go over tonight, and in a match that's going to make him, like, if he can beat Moxley at his own game and come out they're going to try to give him the Becky Lynch with the broken face treatment. You know, Hangman's going to win, but he's going to get the shit kicked out of him.
With all due respect, that's a stupid, terrible idea. And I
agree, but it's not like Tony Khan's known for not having stupid, terrible ideas.
Yeah, well, right? Exactly. And he's killing, like, it's so ironic. I've said many times, AEW is what brought me back into wrestling. It's what helped me fall in love with wrestling again. But but thankfully, Triple H took over WWE, and I am loving WWE, and I am falling out of love. I might even be completely over it, like an ex-girlfriend. I don't know. Like, I'm not digging.
Don't be completely over it.
I don't
there
know.
Are still some things in AEW that I still look forward to.
If Punk comes back, I mean, for me, that's probably the only thing that can save this right now is Punk. But so
Bryan Danielson is worth watching.
Yeah, Bryan Danielson is worth. MJF is worth watching.
Claudio Casanova is worth watching.
Yeah, but he's Ring of Honor. Now that Ring of Honor's got their deal, they're going to be splitting. Right. Like, you heard about Eddie Kingston. Like,
yeah, Eddie Kingston's Ring of Honor now.
He's like, I quit. And then, like, and he's in Ring of Honor challenging Claudio.
He quit because he's on too many promotions, man. He's in New Japan. He's in another one. What's in the IWF or something like that?
I don't know, but
he's also in PWG.
Yeah. He didn't really.
He's in like 3 different promotions, man.
So
it
Tony
was kayfabe quit.
Yeah.
And he shows up on Impact every once in a while too. I mean,
on an investors call, Tony Khan had to address, like, he was asked if, like, Eddie Kingston really quit, and he had to say, no, this is a storyline.
Come on, guys.
That's like, I mean, come on, man.
If they're doing it on television in front of a microphone, it's a work. Come on.
Exactly. So so we're split. We Joe and I think it's going to be Mox, and Johnny thinks Hangman.
You don't put Hangman over above Moxley.
Yeah, man.
Moxley bleeds for the company on a weekly basis. You put him over.
Spoiler
Okay.
alert. I have it on good authority. There will be blood tonight.
There will be blood tonight.
There
Imagine
will be
that.
blood.
All right, let's
Yeah,
go
no,
into.
I'm picking Page just because I think Tony Khan still has this faint hope that he wants Adam Page to be a top.
Well, we know who
babyface
his best
protector.
buddies are. It's the Elite, and Adam
Yeah.
Page is actually whether he's part of the Dark Order or whatever the hell it is, he's still friends with the Elite douchebags. So
yeah.
you know,
Yeah. All right. Well, then let's we'll go to the next match. I tell you what, out of context, I'd love to see a three-way between Jamie Hayter, Saraya, and Ruby Soho, but I don't think it's this three-way I want to see. So they're going to have a triple.
that's excellent, Pope. You're
That's
awesome.
that's like the phrase "bless your heart" being the Southern "fuck you."
Yeah, right.
Bless your heart.
That's it. Bless your heart.
Oh, bless your little heart. So yeah, the three-way that I would rather be a different kind of three-way. Jamie Hayter, Saraya, and Ruby Soho. Who do you guys pick for that, and how and why? What's going on?
Oh man. If I had my druthers, Hayter would win it, but I don't know. I just got a feeling Ruby's going to pull that off. Don't ask
I
me
feel
why.
like Ruby deserves it.
Yes.
I feel like Ruby deserves
I think
it.
there's going to be a lot of you deserve a chance. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think Ruby Soho is only in this match to take the pin. I think
Really?
that, I think
Oh,
Hayter's
really?
going to win. Yeah, I think this is leading up to a one-on-one with Hayter and Saraya. I think some
Okay.
shenanigans are going to take place. And at the end, Ruby Soho, after her defeat, will probably pick a side.
She got a
So-
huge pop when she came running in last
I
night.
know,
So here's
I know,
my-
Not
man,
last
my
night,
hot
but
take
Wednesday.
on this.
Yeah.
I'm going to disagree with Danny.
That's fine.
Because I
Hey,
think
Zax.
Ruby's in
Imagine
there
that.
to take the belt off of Jamie Hayter because Hayter is over like Grover as a babyface right now.
Mhm.
But who's her best friend? The
The-
best,
the
one
ultimate
of the
heel in
best
the
heels
company.
in the company.
Yeah.
I think
Mhm.
Britt Baker pulls the trigger on Hayter tonight and costs her the belt, setting up that Jamie Hayter Britt Baker feud that we've all been wanting.
There
for
you
months.
go.
You know,
That's good stuff.
They should have
Yeah.
pulled the trigger on that already. I think they're going to keep dragging, stretching that
So,
taffy out. But I like
I
how
think it's going to be Ruby Soho standing up for the AEW girls and against Saraya and Tony Storm at the next pay per view.
So even though you already owe me,
Tony
Jamie
Storm
Hayter
is who
and
needs to
Double or
be in that conversation, boys and girls.
right?
Huh?
So she's already had the title once. So Johnny, look, isn't it funny? We're spending more time talking about this women's match than all the other matches. But I don't know. I just don't feel. I love Ruby Soho. She always gets a big pop, even when her very first night she came out, and ever since, like the fans love her. But just
Well, I mean, she was over like Grover in NXT for years, and
Yeah.
then she made the main roster in WWE and was just buried.
yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like for whatever reason, she's not ever been the woman they're willing to put the strap on and send to the moon and be the leader of her division. It's just not going to happen. So you already owe me one Hot Wings challenge. I'm so confident that I'm correct. Let's do a Hot Wings challenge. I'll bet you it happens exactly the way I say it does.
I don't do
Hayter-
hot wings. It's
All right,
Hayter-
so
guys.
if it
Hayter-
happens
Hayter's-
exactly the way you say it does.
Hayter's going to pin Soho.
Okay.
And Saraya and Britt Baker, and it's going to be because Britt Baker is going to be keeping Saraya occupied while that pinfall happens, and then there's going to be this big kerfuffle after the match, and Ruby Soho is going to attack Hayter from behind or somebody like that, and join the outside, the female version of the Outsiders. That's what I think is going to happen. And you think Ruby Soho is going to win, right?
Yeah, I think Ruby's going to win.
All right.
I do too, but I'm not willing to bet on it.
Well, you wouldn't anyway, so it's fine.
That's right.
Yeah. All righty. Anything else about that match you guys want to,
I just, first of all, I'm not a fan of the triple threat crap.
I don't like it either.
I hope they have a good match because I tell you what, that Rio Tony Storm match was awesome this week. It was one of the better matches their women have put on in a while. So, yeah.
You know, Rio is very underutilized. I don't know why they don't use her more. Because she's tiny.
She is tiny, but it's also like I feel uncomfortable watching her because especially when like you got Excalibur.
Because it's like watching a little girl get her ass
right.
Yes, well, exactly. And Excalibur is always talking about how even though she's only 20 something years old, she's got 16 years of experience. Like, did her parents like abuse her, put her in the ring at 5 or something? I mean, like I don't get it. It's so weird, you know. And then when you watch her, it's like she's small. My 14-year-old daughter's bigger than her, you know. And that's not being mean to my daughter. My daughter's perfectly, you know, average physically.
Well, you know, she's one of the ones that Kenny brought in.
Well, yeah, because Kenny loves those. He's got a fetish for those.
He's all about them Japanese schoolgirls. He loves them chicks. You know, he's been in Japan too long, my friend. Too long. But yeah, I thought that match was awesome. It was one of the highlights of Dynamite. I mean, that and the Daniel Bryan promo were probably the highlights of the whole damn show. Even though they had a ladder match and they had a Casino Royale tag team match.
The Casino Royale was crap, but that ladder match was
fun. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Commander. Some of the crap he was pulling off, like when he tightrope the top rope and
yes,
he did that spot twice.
Spaceman punch. I was like, holy crap!
Yeah.
Yep.
Who is this guy?
But that's why they got small people like Rio and that guy. They can do things like that,
right?
If a dude that was 6'3" tried to do that, he'd nut himself on those ropes. You know what I'm saying?
All I know is that I want to see more of that guy because he did some stuff I haven't seen, like outside of AAA or CMLL.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I want to see. More
I still think that Khan doesn't know how to book, though. I really do. The opening match was Orange Cassidy versus the ex-Big Cass. Now he's Big Bill.
Big Bill, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it actually wasn't a bad match.
It wasn't a bad match, but God, it's wholly unbelievable. Big Bill should take him apart.
Yeah.
Should just destroy him. The only reason why he didn't is because his manager was out there and screwed it up.
That's one of the big problems with Tony Khan is he makes it damn near impossible the way he books for me to suspend disbelief.
Yeah.
So I feel like what I'm watching is real because that's when wrestling's good is when I forget that it's predetermined.
Yeah,
and
if you're gonna have him just beat Big Bill, there's got to be a build-up. Bill needs to smoke him a few times and build it up. You know, this mammoth human being just got smoked by Orange Cassidy, who's half his size.
Well, I mean,
what kind of credibility is he going to have going into the next match?
For more than half the match, I mean, yeah, Orange Cassidy was getting bodied for most of that match.
Do you understand what I'm saying, though? If you're going to do that, you do that over a few months and build it up to where
know that,
Orange
but
Cassidy gets smoked.
Yeah, but Tony Khan doesn't seem to know this stuff. It is
Tony Khan just wants to build Orange Cassidy up as this conquering hero babyface, like superhero character.
He needs to hire a booker that knows what the fuck they're doing.
He needs to not send Danhausen out.
And where was Jim Ross this week? I didn't see him.
JR hasn't been on lately.
Yeah.
He hasn't been on Dynamite lately.
Yep.
Yeah, he's just been doing I don't even know if it was on Rampage. He's been doing Rampage, like for whatever reason. It's weird. Okay. Yeah, I think because of his health, they're probably just like.
I didn't get to see Rampage this week. That's the one show out of the four biggies that I didn't get to see.
So, right on. Well,
I watched Ring of Honor. I didn't watch Rampage.
All right. Well, then let's go. Let's see the next match. Oh God. Twinkle Toes and the Hardley Boys versus the House of Black for the
House of Black, baby.
Trios
Channel. House of Black.
We all but that ain't gonna happen. That's what should happen. That's what I want to happen.
I want it to happen. You know what I want to happen in this, guys? And I know it's pie in the sky. I know we're dealing with a general manager that doesn't know how to book, but I would love to see those guys, Malachi Black and his boys, just dismantle the Elite. And have Kenny Omega cost them the match. That way there's a split between him and the retards.
That would be
so he could go solo.
That would be great.
It would be great. It would be awesome, but it's not going to happen. The Elite's probably going to win it.
But they're
going to cheat to win, and whatever.
They really, really.
Nope. CM
Should
Punk's
not
going
win
to
that
come back
match.
and cost them the match.
That'd be good.
That'd
I'd
be
enjoy
great.
that.
That'd be great. But I don't think he's coming back.
That's good too. That works for me.
Yeah, I don't think he's coming back till Double or Nothing. But
If it's a clean win for the Elite, I'm just gonna stop watching matches with them in it.
I know,
just
right?
am. Yeah.
yeah,
I like your idea. They need to break up.
They need to break up Kenny and the Retard Boys. They do.
And here's why. Kenny Omega
I just
is
want to see Malachi Black kick everybody's heads off. That's all I want to see.
I hear you.
so Kenny Omega is needed back in the singles division. And I hate to say it, but the Hardy Boys are kind of needed back in the tag division. You know, like it's weird. Like when people were clamoring for these trios championships, there seemed to be more trios around than there are now that they have them.
Yeah.
And like, where the hell is Miro? Like,
Yeah.
does anybody know where that guy
Where's
is?
Miro at?
He needs to
Yeah.
be on the back of milk cartons because that brother's missing. I haven't seen
Yeah,
his
he
ass
is.
in like a year.
So actually, apparently, some news came out about Miro this week. Apparently, they pitched him some creative that he rejected, which means it must have been really flippin' dumb for him to say, "I'd rather sit on my ass at home and collect a check than do this BS program."
Is he doing his Twitch stream? I guess I should check that out.
I
'cause,
think
like,
he's still doing his Twitch stream. Yeah,
so he's probably just sitting at home playing video games. You know, I hope he's still hitting the gym.
having fun with his hot, flexible wife.
Yeah. Who isn't wrestling or anything? Did she have a kid or something? Or
No,
No,
she did a.
from following her Instagram, I haven't seen any baby bulges on her lately.
She's been doing
She keeps
acting.
changing her hair color. That's about it.
She was just in an acting role or something like that.
Really?
Yeah,
I forget what it was, but yeah, she's acting again, and I think she did a horror movie.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. To wrap up the trio championship, we all want to see Malachi Black and his boys kick the crap out of those dudes, but doubt it's going to happen.
well, let's get creative here. Like what you were saying, the way you would do it is somehow
I'd have Kenny cost him the
them
match. Yeah.
I'd have
And
CM
cause
Punk
a
come
rift
back and
between
screw
them.
everyone.
Okay.
Do what? What'd you say, Johnny? I'm sorry.
I said I'd have CM Punk come back and screw everyone.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
See, I'm operating like he's gone. Okay. And not coming back.
Oh, he's coming back.
Well, I hope he does. I really do.
Zax, he got Me Too'd. The reason they haven't brought Enzo in is because he was Me Too'd, and he's like,
Enzo is
Radioactive.
Enzo Amore
actually.
probably
Enzo
the
was vindicated.
biggest disappointment ever because that guy was over like Rover and then decided he liked teenagers. So, you know what? Nah.
What?
That's okay.
yeah, dude,
No.
look, yeah, Enzo had some sex stuff happen that
Oh,
got
yeah.
him in trouble.
Unmute
yeah.
me.
You are
Enzo
unmuted.
was not teenagers. Enzo got accused of rape by somebody who when they investigated turned out to be lying her ass off. Enzo was actually
Ah.
vindicated in his
Okay.
thing.
It's funny how
Well,
you
then
never hear about the vindication.
But-
That never makes the
then-
headline news.
A lot
What's
of
the
people
problem?
backstage just thought he was a giant asshole, so nobody really wanted to bring him back.
You mean like your boy CM Punk?
Yeah,
Okay. Gotcha.
yeah. Enzo was not Me Too. he was actually vindicated on that. So
I gotcha. Mm-hmm.
Well, he was originally Me Too'd,
Yes.
yeah,
and Joe and I
But
didn't
what-
even hear about the vindication. So where the
Yeah.
hell is he then? If he was vindicated,
Right.
well,
Sounds
again,
like
he was you want to talk about a locker room cancer? A lot of people backstage hated the guy.
so Monkey
Hey,
Jeebus,
Leo Russ was a locker room cancer. He's got a great job in New Japan right now. So
Yeah.
Well,
he's got a
but
great
he
new
could
gig.
have- He could have had a great job in WWE and a great job in AEW, but neither of them wanted to bring him back.
Right.
yeah. So Monkey says Enzo is on MLW now, so I guess that's where he is.
Is he?
Oh no,
I haven't seen him over there.
I might watch MLW now because I actually am an Enzo fan.
When did he show up over there? I've been keeping track of that. And I haven't seen him.
Jeebus, Monkey Jeebus,
Monkey Jeebus.
tell us what you're talking about, bud. Anywho, all right. Well, I like your idea, Joe, and I hope that's how it goes down.
That would be nice.
And
but it's not.
who
going to.
leaves the face and who leaves heel? So like the Harley Boys are the heels in that split up.
Ideally, yes, but I don't care. either way. Kenny's good either way. He's good in the face.
Yeah, I know.
He's good as the heel. Doesn't matter to me. As
I
long as
agree.
he's solo, that's all I care about.
Here's the thing. He's got a much less punchable face than either of the Harley Boys. You know, their faces are just so punchable. You look
You
at
know
him.
who I want to see win the trios champion like later this year? CM Punk and FTR.
Oh yeah, dude, come on.
Rough
It
shot.
writes itself.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, it would be awesome.
Yes.
And if they actually if Tony Khan is smart enough to bring CM Punk back, that will eventually happen. But I tell you what, here's a good indicator. If Hangman Adam Page wins his match tonight, I don't think CM Punk's coming back. And I'm not saying the two things are related. I'm just saying because that'll show me where Tony Khan's head's at. You know,
Tony Khan likes money. I think, yeah, Punk will be back. There's been too many little tidbits dropped on social media.
Hey, I've been saying it since day one. I've been
Sure
so
as hell.
why are you backtracking?
Was
then? Why are you
absolutely
backtracking?
correct.
I'm not. Go ahead, Joe. Sorry.
I don't mean to cut you guys off, but yeah, Monkey Jeebus is right. He's called Real One in Major League Wrestling. I just haven't seen him on TV yet.
All right.
And Zach's just brought up a really good point in the chat too. Yes, put Enzo and Kaz back together and have them feud with the Acclaimed. I want that. I want to see that.
That would be nice.
That'd be
I want
cool.
to see that.
That'd be hilarious.
But
You can't
fantasy
teach
booking, go ahead and make Kenny the heel. Just get him separated from those two goons. You know.
Yeah. See,
Get him solo.
I would go the other way because I hate the Harley Boys, so I'd want like them to be dickheads because, like, say, like he costs them the match in an accidental way, and then they get all pissed off,
Yeah,
and then
there
they,
you go.
beat his ass and leave him.
Mhm.
I'd kind because I'd rather hate. Well, I already do. You know, I'd rather like not feel bad about hating these two individuals if they were heels. And Kenny Omega, I feel like is better when he's away from them.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
Absolutely
is.
You know, he just does too much gimmicky bullshit when he's part of their group, you know, that I just don't like, you know.
Yeah.
But you've seen him in New Japan now, and you know that he can actually like take
That's what I'm
serious.
Dude, he goes.
That's what I'm saying.
He goes
And,
hard.
Yeah.
And he's good in a tag team too. So
what kind of longevity is he going to have, though? That's something Booker T brings up all the time in his show. Like these young guys who go super hard and go balls out. I mean, like, look, Omega had to take damn near a year off.
Damn near a year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoulder, ribs, a lot of injuries.
I'm wondering when Darby Allin's going to have to take an extended break because that kid does stupid shit.
You guys can't, like, they got to think about the future, man. You know, shit.
Darby Allin looks like he's going to be the next Dynamite Kid to me.
Right?
Like in a wheelchair before he's 40 and suffering from neuropathy and brain damage. And,
and nobody wants that.
The thing I'm praying for is that he doesn't end up like Jeff Hardy, trying to kill the pain all the damn time and becoming
that too.
You know, so
speaking of Hardy, let's take a little side quest. Did you guys hear that his case?
I heard he got sentenced, but I didn't hear the results.
Okay, so I got that for you. He his case was settled or whatever. He did a no contest plea deal. He was sentenced to time served, which was like I think it was like 38 days he spent in the clink. So he doesn't have to spend any more. He's not going back to jail. He had to pay several $1,000s in fines. He loses his driver's license for 10 years.
Like that makes a difference. He had lost it for how many years before?
Right. This time
still driving.
10. And then after he gets his license back in 10 years, he's got to have an interlocking breathalyzer device.
That guy doesn't need to drive ever again.
He doesn't. And he's got enough money. Get a goddamn driver, dude. I mean, Jesus. There's Uber and Lyft at the worst, you know. But yeah, right, Boosh? Can he afford Uber? So yeah, but he that's how that went down. So that's closed. It's over. He's not going because he got lucky. I mean, he was facing some real prison time because this was like his
Well, now that it's over, now that it's been decided, remember, Khan said that if he's sober and he's out of trouble, that he could come back.
Yeah, Matt Hardy addressed that on his podcast the other day. It was like a fan question or something, and he said that he did 90 days of inpatient like facility rehab, and then ever since he's been going to outpatient, like checking in once a week. And and that wasn't part of any kind of legal deal or whatever. That's just a decision he made because he finally. I mean, God, if he's watched that footage back, I know he feels ashamed of himself. I mean, I've seen.
Yeah,
He
was trashed. Yes.
Yeah, it was embarrassing.
Yeah, it was.
And
it was.
So I'm just sometimes idiots like us, because I'll put myself in that same category because I'm a fuck up as well.
I would never do it now. There's no reason to. We do Mardi Gras down here. We just finished Mardi Gras season, and when we both want to party, it's an Uber or something, or friends are taking us. We got a way home, all that good stuff. There's no reason to do that.
But what I was going to say is sometimes it takes really difficult, painful lessons.
For some people it does.
And I'm sadly, I'm one of those people. I got up to almost 400 pounds, and I knew I needed to lose weight, and everybody's telling me to lose weight. All my doctors telling me like I'm starting getting all these health problems like sleep apnea, and then I would just other things, and I had a heart attack. Took a damn heart attack for me to finally lose weight. Had my issues with drinking.
Let this be a lesson, boys and girls.
Exactly. I had my issues
with
drinking.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Exactly. Stupid games, win stupid prizes. And I'd gone, before, until I got that DUI, so I was in that wreck. I didn't have so much as a parking ticket. You know what I mean? I had a squeaky clean record. And man, when I finally got in trouble, I got in trouble big time.
Yeah, and it puts a notch on you for a while. The financial part of it's probably the worst part of it. I mean, you can find rides other places, but the financial part is just because they wallet you to death once you have one of those things. Yeah.
They do, and they got this little scam going here where what's the time here? You said you only need 5 minutes, so I'll finish this story up, and then you can.
Yeah, go for it, man. Yeah.
So
I don't need much today. I got a new promotion to show you guys.
Decepticons Cave of Comics and Toys. Amen, dude. That's the way to go. Smoke weed. You ain't gonna kill nobody, especially yourself. You might fall asleep, but but you ain't gonna die.
No.
You're not gonna go flying into a pole at 100 miles an hour.
No, you're not.
And get thrown out a closed sunroof 60 feet and break your orbital socket.
I saw a video the other day, guys. While we're still on the subject, I saw a video the other day on LinkedIn. It showed what happens to a
that's it. I die in games a lot. Decepticons got the right of it. I smoke weed. I die in video games a lot.
Yeah, right.
Sorry.
It showed what happened to it. It had a car running into a big, thick concrete steel pole. It was like freaking 5 feet high, right? At different speeds. It showed you the speed before it hit it. And it went all the way up to 260 miles an hour. When that thing hit it at 260 miles an hour, I'm telling you, the pole was all the way to the trunk, and the car just wrapped around it like it was tinfoil. It was crazy.
Man. I had to do this panel. You had to do a class and then a victim impact panel. So basically, like after you have a DUI, they do the shame thing, and they make you feel like a literal piece of human shit, because a victim impact panel is survivors of people who've died in DUI related accidents. And if you're watching this, that means you could have been like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh God, why? And then they have those other videos where they show the gnarly shit, kind of like what you're talking about, where they just show like the worst stuff they have footage of that's real. Yeah. And it's in some, and they don't hold back. They're like, it's like watching it would be X-rated if it was released to the general public.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like blood and guts and real life shit, And
did they make you do a morgue visit?
No, not. But this was during
California,
COVID.
They make you go to the morgue.
Well, this was during COVID, so fortunately, I didn't even have to go in person. I just did it all, with one of these things. Anyway, what was the last match? We were talking about the trios match, and
right. But before we get off this subject, I want to say one thing though. The whole reason why we're talking about this is because, boys and girls, we are a fan of Jeff Hardy, and we want to see him recover and get back in the ring.
I have
Okay,
I don't want to think
you
that I
do
was
good
a
stuff
shirt.
out there, Jeff. Okay.
Yeah.
I was. What was his last match? Was it the Double or Nothing with the Young Bucks?
Probably.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, I don't want to say I was at Jeff Hardy's final match.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't want to see him
Absolutely.
go out like that.
I should have thought about it. I should have I actually have a Jeff Hardy shirt. I should
Now
have
his
that.
brother, on the other hand, could retire tomorrow. Watching him stiff-legged around the ring is really getting old. I love the guy. Don't get me wrong, but wow, he can barely move in that ring now.
He teased a broken return.
This
Though.
is
I think he threw that match to get Stokely
The broken
in the
thing
tussle.
going again. Yeah.
Well, no. I think if you notice, he had that smile on his face after he lost the match.
Mm-hmm.
Because now old boy has a clear line to Stokely Hathaway, and I think that's what Matt Hardy wanted all along.
Yeah. But what's the next match, man?
Oh my God, King Sport Cal.
What's
So anyway, what's the next match?
They before I did want to like break the pay-per-view into half, so we'll keep bullshitting for another couple minutes, and then he can do his State of the Apron.
Okay.
Did you ever watch Young Rock, Johnny? We talked about that last week because that comment that he made reminded me. Okay, so one of the kids at school says that wrestling's fake, and so Little Rock, Dwayne Johnson, beats the shit out of him. He was like, and then like the mom's all mad and stuff, and the dad's he just cares about like, did he win? How'd you do? You know, like stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's pretty funny. Yes, King Sport Cal, but you know what else is fake? Everything else entertaining on television.
It's not fake. It's scripted.
Scripted. Yeah, there you go. Scripted.
People are fake. Wrestling is real.
There you go. So speaking of wrestling being real, I think now is a good time to throw it over to Joe for our State of the Apron.
All right, man. Throw my graphic up there, John. Show them what's up with it. It's State of the Apron. And we call it State of the Apron because the apron is the hardest part of the ring. And the hardest thing to do in wrestling is to get to the big time. No doubt about it. Let me get my screen up here so I can show you guys what's up. Yeah, usually I'm looking at some different wrestling stuff and different organizations and stuff. And I'm glad we were told about Enzo being out of the witness protection program. He's in Major League Wrestling. That's good to know, right? But this week I've got something to show you from right here in the YouTube world. There's a new promotion going, boys and girls. Believe it or don't. And it's from an unlikely source. I've got it up there where you can see it there, John, whenever you want to share it.
He said the graphic got deleted by someone.
Oh, really? Nice. Okay. Well, that's okay. Everybody knows if you've been watching by now, you know the section I do, but let's listen to what Charlie has to say here. Here we go.
Without fail, every time the conversation immediately turns to Attitude Era Wrestling, WWF, WWE, and also, of course, by extension, Backyard Wrestling Productions. I lived and breathed wrestling when I was a kid. So when I get in my feelings about getting older and reminiscing about things that I liked when I was young, I always make sure to mention or pull up clips from old school wrestling moments.
Now, boys and girls, believe it or not, my man has started a wrestling promotion. You can go to his channel. This is, if you don't know who this is Moist Critical, guys. And he has started Moist Wrestling League. Believe it or don't.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Moist Wrestling League. The MWL is broadcast live from an undisclosed bunker outside of Area 51. And I got to tell you, it feels good to be back, boys.
Oh, it feels great. If you're allergic to action, I sure hope you brought your EpiPens because we got a lot coming at you tonight.
You're right, Aaron.
Buckle up, folks. Check your mirrors, hands at 10 and 2, because we're going to take a stroll through Pain City.
We've got
Now bring that down from full screen, John. Bring it down and put us back up there and show the screen. My gosh, man. Dude, the first match, I'm telling you, this is in like a storage area, and our first guy, hang on, I think they have a tail of the tape here. Yeah, here it is. Here's the two hang on, there's an ad here. Hang on. I've got to show you this though. You will get a kick out of it, man.
That was hilarious.
Their first no, wait, it ain't over. Their first match, if I can find the damn card, where is it? It's in here. There it is. Okay.
So they're like it's like parody. They're doing a wrestling parody show, basically.
Parody show, but there's actual wrestling in it, man. I'm telling you.
Is the wrestling legit or is it parody?
It's legit. It's a legit wrestling match. One of the guys' names, the heel's name is Dow Jones, and the dude is wrestling against him. The dude that's wrestling against him. Hang on, I'll show you the.
What's his finishing move? The crash or
that's
something?
That's Dow Jones right there. And hang on, let's listen.
Responsibility for his own bad investments is no one's fault but his own. Right? I'm going to bring the market of pain crashing down on him. Can I get a dab here?
Stabbing him with a $100 bill.
I'm going to show you the meaning of a real bull market.
And he's walking in through the storage room door, right?
Oh my God, where can I see this? I need to watch this entirety.
It's on Charlie's channel. If you don't follow him, it's Penguin Zero.
Okay.
Penguin Zero.
On YouTube.
I'm looking at it
Charlie
now.
is fantastic. That's all I was going to show there, man. But here,
it's a good teaser.
If you want to see some of the wrestling, though, here it is. Here it is right here. I'll just play it without sound. And John, you can put it on. There you go. These guys, Dow Jones and I think Chainsaw is his opponent. And the whole thing is Chainsaw's wife committed suicide because they lost all their money in the crash, right? and Dow Jones is part of it, right?
Oh, nice butterfly suplex.
Right? I'm telling you, it's a legit
It's like
match.
there's nobody in there.
This guy right here is
like
the
the
commissioner
FSW
of the
arena.
league, okay? They couldn't get a ref, so the commissioner of the league came out here and refed it for him. I mean, this is dynamite. It really is. And a guy, I think Chainsaw won the match, but a guy named NASDAQ, who's a friend of Dow Jones, showed up at the end of it. And you guys need to go watch this because at one point, this is the commissioner. You see how busy he is watching, right? He's been bribed by Dow Jones at this point in the match. He's not even paying attention.
The guy reffing right now looks like Taco from the league, man.
Doesn't he?
He looks like he's very super
But
famous.
anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you this week, guys. Moist Critical started the Moist Wrestling League, and Charlie is something else, dude, and he's a big fan. So I'll be watching this closely. It's a new wrestling promotion. Should be a lot of fun. So, yeah, let's hear it for our boy Charlie and the Moist Wrestling League.
Goofy wrestling for life.
Penguin Zero? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Hang on 1 second, and I will show you his. It is Penguins with a Z with a zero.
Yeah, 12.3
that's
million
what you search
subscribers.
for.
Yeah,
go look it up. It's the Moist Wrestling League, Chainsaw versus Dow Jones. It was their first match. Yep.
Yeah, that was a
came
day
out
ago.
Friday.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there you go, guys. That's what I got for you this week on State of the Apron. We got a new league, baby.
Hey,
and it's
man,
right here. It's based in YouTube. Yes, our
This
fellow YouTubers are doing it now.
this might be my favorite episode of State of the Apron. 'Cause I'm serious. I'm going down this rabbit hole for sure.
Yeah, do it,
looks
man.
like he
It was
does
a lot of
stuff.
fun. It was a lot of fun. And if you don't follow Charlie, go follow. He doesn't need your follow. He's got over 1 million followers.
He's got 12.3 million.
Yeah, I was fixing to say the guy's one of the top YouTubers, and he's fantastic. I love him.
Right
and he's all of about 5'2". The guy's a dwarf. We'll never see him in the ring, no doubt.
That's funny.
But I love how he's got the Jim Ross cowboy hat on doing the announcing. I love that shit. It's awesome. Yeah. And he's, like you, is a huge Attitude Era fan. He loves it.
Yeah, that's what he said on the...
Yeah.
Hey, Polly, this is our Dork Side of the Ring wrestling panel show. If you like wrestling and if you ever want to be on... you're more than welcome, but I have a feeling you probably don't like wrestling. So
He probably loves the luchadors, man.
I don't know.
Hey, Paulie. Zero. Miedo. That's right. Pentagon Jr. You got to watch him, bro. If you've never seen him, get into it, man. It's fun.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and
man.
That was good. That was good.
What happened to your ring? It disappeared.
Oh, my ring
Your
disappeared.
ring disappeared, man.
And you're on the right now.
And now I have.
He did that.
He loves Gary.
He did that for the. He did that for the my
my
spot. That's
God.
why he did that. But that's okay.
There.
I'm gonna teach John how to do that without swapping people around.
Yeah. Right. Where's my back? Jesus. Stop it.
But anyway,
Stop it now.
So we've got more stuff coming after the break. We've got more AEW Revolution.
Yeah, we
predictions coming.
I think 5 or 6
more fantasy booking because Khan won't do it our way. Damn it!
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to chug this fuel up during this commercial break, and I'm going to tell you how you can save on the other side.
All right. Sounds awesome.
Hi guys, this is Gary from Pop Culture Minefield here on KGRA, and we're leaving for our first break. I hope we survive.
A birthday without her mom, an anniversary without her husband, her wedding day without her dad. These are the days when military families feel it most of all. The loss of their soldier, their sailor, their airman, their Marine, their Coast Guardsman. Families never forget their loved ones lost to war or illness or suicide. Families never forget, and neither do we. We are TAPS, the Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors. We provide resources, support, and comfort to heal the hearts and meet the needs of grieving military families, all at no cost to them. Your generosity can make an enormous difference in the lives of the families of our fallen military heroes. Our military families need to know they are not alone and they are not forgotten. Show them your support at taps.org.
Question facing humanity is on the verge of being settled once and for all. The Mutual UFO Network has been at the forefront of this journey for nearly 50 years. Our members worldwide are dedicated to the research, documentation, and awareness that will shape the future of humanity. Won't you join us?
Hey members, the new KGRA DB app is now available on iOS and Android devices. Gain on-demand access to any KGRA DB programming. Download any show directly to your mobile device to listen or watch on the go. Go to the App Store and search KGRA DB.
Oh wow, we survived. Welcome back from the commercial break. Now for some more Pop Culture Minefield on KGRA.
All right.
Everybody else take a pee break while you saw me running back, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Nope. Had to get into a soda.
We good. We good, Bubba. We good. It's good. It's good. What's the matter? Okay, good. He moved. I thought he was frozen there for a second. He's like, Danny, you with us?
He really needs some fuel up.
I don't know what's going on with him.
I was having some technical issues.
Okay, I was about to say. What the
Wait,
heck,
with your
man?
computer or your body? Because you look
No,
frozen.
well, no, that's because I was like trying to fix. I couldn't hear you guys, and I didn't know if you could hear me. So I was in my settings, and I couldn't. I have too many damn options now with all these little gadgets and toys I've been adding.
You got to get your stuff straight before you get going, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Anywho,
Yep.
So let's we haven't really acknowledged the chat yet. Let's say hi to the people keeping us afloat. We've got at the beginning here we had Hassan Terrell, we had my mom, hi mom, Pope Metallicus the First, Zax, King Sport Cal, Boosh McFadden, Monkey Jeebus, Decepticon's Cave of Comics and Toys. Then we have Latino Slants, Polly, who's probably, I wonder if he's still here. Who else? Martin Acosta Santana. Hey, Martin. And it's Courtney's Fellowship of Oddballs. So welcome, everyone. Where's Cece? Cece's not in here. It's terrible when your own girl won't support your show. Come on, baby. Get in here. And everybody,
come on now.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Be sure to hit that
Andy,
thumbs up
did you
button.
say hi to your mother? I didn't hear you.
I did. I said hi to my mom. She was the second person. Uncharacteristic of her. She's usually the first, but I did say hi. So fuel up. We probably don't have the fuel up graphic, do we, John? Right.
It's in the corner.
It's in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen right now. Fuel up. It's the stuff that's going to give you the juice, man.
I tell you what, there we go. He got it. There we go. fuelup.gg/dorkring. Get free shipping on any order if you use that link, or I assume the promo code. But this fuel up stuff, I'm putting it to the test today. I should probably be drinking it faster, but hopefully I'm wired for like the last, 10 minutes of the show. That'll be amusing. So
it'll hit you like a Coke bump in about 30 seconds.
Right?
Yeah, right.
He's going to be going in the last 5 minutes of the show.
Not that I know anything about that.
All of a sudden, he'll turn into the Tasmanian devil and start spinning in a tornado. Like,
all righty. So, John, don't put that up. Mom, why do you insist on bringing personal stuff to the world? I got a show to run here. All right, let's.
So we finished up with the talk.
The trios match.
Threat. Yeah. Or not triple threat, but trios.
Actually, since he insists on, okay, thank you for taking that down. But you ever see that on the Brian Alvarez? He has his grandmother on, and used to, and he's chopped up and made a bunch of shorts about wrestling with Granny. It's hilarious. I highly recommend watching a couple of those because they are funny. Because they have the grandmother read something and she clearly doesn't know what the hell she's talking about, and she says names wrong and stuff like that, and then the other panelists, including her grandson, are just dying laughing at her, and it's so hilarious. And then she'll ask questions and they'll try to explain it, and then she won't understand the explanation, and then she'll get mad and cuss them out.
Yeah,
it's fun. It's really hilarious.
What's this now?
It's wrestling with Granny. It's Brian Alvarez. I think it's on his channel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Might be Wrestling Observer. I think it's on his channel though. I'm not sure, but
I'll have to.
Yeah, you got to check it out. I highly recommend it.
So what's the next match on the Revolution card?
The next match is another rematch. Surprise, surprise, for the TNT title. Samoa Joe versus Wardlow. I'll let you guys go first. I'll go last.
Wardlow. They got to put him over, don't they?
I mean, I agree with that.
Not necessarily.
I mean,
see, that's okay, Johnny.
I
This is what's
think
going to happen.
No, it could go either way, but it's valid.
He gets how Tony
I
Khan
think Hobbs
thinks.
is going to find a way to get involved in that match, and Hobbs is going to win.
Really?
No, I don't
think it's
so.
going to be some kind of backstage thing where they make it a triple threat.
That's why they did I think that's why they did the Face of the Revolution on Dynamite. I think that's the whole reason.
Yeah, I didn't understand the entire. I mean, if the guy that got the golden donut wasn't going to be involved in the match, why even have it?
Because he gets to hold up. Because he, like a vulture, he gets to pick the bones clean of whoever
after the pay-per-view.
Because he gets to face him.
So they're building up for the Dynamite after. Is that what they're doing?
Right, which is stupid. It's like Tony Khan doesn't.
I think Hobbs is in the match.
What he's saying makes more sense.
I think Hobbs is in the match tonight and walks away with the title.
Hey, it's Cecilia. Welcome, mi amor. Thank you for showing up, saying hi. Polly's here. Say hi to Polly. Mom's here too, obviously.
I just thought it made no sense that they had this big ladder match for.
I agree, but as far as this match goes, I think that because they've separated ROH has its own thing now. They're recording shows for it now.
Right.
I think they need to get that. They totally dropped the ball with Wardlow. Like they had lightning in a bottle with this guy.
Absolutely, and that's why I'm saying put him over and fix that.
They need to, but I think it's too late. I think Tony Khan missed the huge opportunity he had with a homegrown superstar in Wardlow, because they were like chanting, like there were a lot of similarities to like Goldberg, and they should have kept that going hot. I don't know. I don't understand Tony's thinking. So, but if Johnny's shenanigans, I'd be fine with. If that happens, I'm cool with that. But if nothing like that happens, either way, the title needs to come off of Joe, because Joe has his Ring of Honor title, and he's already setting up a program and tapings at Ring of Honor. The only problem I have, and I do like your idea, Johnny, because the problem I have with this is because of how much they've mismanaged Wardlow, I feel like he'd win this and then drop it to Hobbs 3 days later. And I don't want to see that happen.
No,
but they're just totally, maybe they're shitting on Wardlow because maybe they found out he was like sending feelers out to WWE or something. I have no idea, but it just feels like it almost feels intentional.
I just don't think he's in favor with Tony anymore. I think Tony's got his favorites, and like I hate to like borrow a phrase from Jim Cornette, but it's like Tony Khan is playing with his action figures, and just like Andy had his favorite toy in Toy Story, and Buzz Lightyear came back and he had came into the picture and he had a new favorite toy. That's how Tony Khan thinks. He books like an ADD kid.
He does, and that's why he needs to hire.
I don't think Wardlow's his favorite toy anymore.
Oh, look at this! Oh, as soon as I was about to read something,
appreciate it.
Joe has such a sports announcer voice, like football and Dork Knight, Dork Nightly. I can see belting out a great wrestling announcement. I don't know Johnny well enough. Together have great sports radio voices. Right on.
I'm glad my education's going towards something.
Well, I would be the Michael Cole in this equation. I would be the play-by-play guy. That's what would happen with me.
And I'd be like Booker T yelling nonsense.
That's it. And Danny would be doing the color, and Johnny would be right there to help him out. Yeah. Johnny would be the
Danny's like the Byron Saxton of our trio.
That's it.
Shut up, Jackson.
That's right.
I don't know. I model mine more after Booker T. I think I love his announcing.
Faces for radio. Yeah. Thanks a lot, John.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah. Well, with this mustache, I wish I'd have never shaved it. It grew back white. You can't even see it.
Boys and girls, let me tell you something. At least we're not scared to get on camera. Okay. At least we're not scared to get on camera.
Amen to that. All right. Okay, so I guess we were done talking about that match. Wardlow.
Somebody's got to keep you guys in line in the back.
There he goes. I knew I'd get him out of there somehow.
There we go.
John's got the ultimate radio face.
That was a special cameo this episode by our producer John Doss Wolfen.
By my man John Doss Wolfen. Yes.
So
subscribe to his channel. He's awesome.
So either way, we all think Joe's going to lose. Right?
Yeah, he's losing one way or another.
Yeah,
it's to Wardlow or
the shenanigans.
Golden Donut Hobbs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's a Sonic ring or whatever. I don't know.
I don't care what they call it. I saw a golden donut. That's what I saw.
Right. Okay, so let's see. The next match. AEW World Tag Team Championship 4-way with the Guns, who are the champs, versus former champs, the Acclaimed, versus Triple J, versus Orange Cassidy and Danhausen, who were just added, I believe, Wednesday. I have my thoughts. You know what? I've been letting you guys go first. I'm going to go first this time. All right. The Guns are going to win. I don't know how, and I don't care how. It's going to be some ridiculousness taking place. Guns are going to leave because FTR is going to come back and whip the shit out of them to win the titles.
Now, what kind of match is this? It's a fatal 4-way?
I think it's basically a tornado tag style.
Tag
I don't
style.
see how it could. Well, no, probably not. Probably because Tony Khan's so weird. They'll probably have all four corners, 4 men at a time, because the Texas Tornadoes like all at once.
All at once, yeah.
Yeah, I don't. That's another thing. We shouldn't be asking this question, Tony. You're doing a terrible job of building up this pay-per-view. You need to be telling us.
Let me go
what the
look and
fuck we're
see if there's
watching.
match stipulations on the card.
Yeah, but
I don't know if it's elimination or not either.
Yeah, I don't know either. But regardless, the Guns are gonna keep the titles. They're doing this to kind of like build them up a little bit, and FTR is gonna make a surprise return on Dynamite, and get revenge for the little funeral gag they did after the Guns beat them by some crazy fluke.
I'm just pissed that FTR isn't in this match.
Dude, no,
I would much rather see them than Orange Cassidy and Danhausen.
I'd rather see. No, I don't like these, especially with tags, man. You know, Joe was talking about not liking triple threats. Jesus, man, there's going to be like 12 dudes at once out there.
It needs to be two tag teams against each other. This is
or
is
8. Sorry, I suck at math. 8 dudes. Still, it's a lot of bodies. That's a lot of bodies out there.
It's going to be a train wreck, car crash, spot monkey.
Plus, you're going to have Satnam Singh. You're going to have outside. You're going to have Billy Gunn outside. Don't they have? And they have that other Joker, don't they?
Sanjay Dutt.
Sanjay. I mean, this just like This almost feels. I don't know. It's ridiculous. Again, my prediction is Guns are going to win it, keep their titles, or they're just not going to lose, whatever. And then FTR is coming Wednesday to take them out. Sounds like a great sausage party, Courtney. That's hilarious. That was a good one. What do you think, Johnny? While Joe's looking that up.
I wish FTR was in this match. That's my only.
Yeah.
I don't
Are
care.
they even wrestling in this?
No. I'm telling you, they're
It's a shame.
They've been working this whole.
I honestly don't give a crap who wins because the top guys aren't involved.
Exactly, which is why I think the Guns are going to retain. And I see there's this whole work thing going on where FTR, are they coming back? Are they not coming back? Blah 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 blah. Their contracts up in April. You know, hey. It's March. Okay, if it's not this Wednesday, it'll be a couple Wednesdays from now.
It's shit like this that makes them not want to come back.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
As long as we give them the titles, you know.
I can't find match stipulations for
exactly.
this thing, guys. I can't.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you have?
I don't think they mentioned it on the show. I don't think they mentioned it on the show what it was.
Yeah.
So
Joe, what are your thoughts on this match? Because you were looking at it.
Well, I think the Acclaim needs to win this thing.
Woo!
I mean, you know,
fuel up, baby.
Look, Danhausen and Orange Cassidy winning whatever the hell the Battle Royale thing was. That was goofy as shit. I'm not a fan of Danhausen, man, at all. I'm just not. The guy's a goon. I like Orange Cassidy, but he needs to be a solo act. I've never liked him with the Best Friends. You know, I've never liked that whole gig. As far as I'm concerned, is to put the Best Friends over. It's not to, you know, it's not to get him over. He's assisting them. You know.
Yeah.
So
I don't understand why they even put the two. They should have just like whenever that injury happened. So they're just going to make it a triple threat tag team. I mean, like you don't like. What are these two going to add to the match? Danhausen's going to do some comedy, goofy shtick.
Yeah, they're gonna do goofy shit. They're not going to win.
Comedy, goofy shtick guys.
They're not going to win. They're the comic relief.
Yeah. I think in Jarrett and Jay are going to be fighting with the Acclaimed, while the Guns just kind of sit back and laugh. Shawn Michaels,
ass boys. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, the Acclaim needs to win this match. I think.
I agree, but I don't think they need to. They're super over. They're super hot, and you don't want the Acclaim versus FTR. You don't want to do that because when FTR comes back, they're going to automatically be baby faces. Mm-hmm. And if you put them up against the Acclaim, then you got to turn them heel, and that's a bummer. I don't want them to be champs while they're heels. We've already seen that. I want to see babyface FTR as champ. See how that looks.
I feel like they missed the opportunity months ago when they had all the belts.
Yeah,
Once again, brilliant.
I will never forget
Tony Khan booking.
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We need to come up with some kind of hashtag. Like, I'll come up with something clever.
Hashtag learn to book.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or hashtag Tony booking. There you go. Whenever something.
There you go. Tony booking. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah.
All right. So we went over that one. We went over that one. Okay. So then there's the rematch. Another one. I've said that a few times. Chris Jericho versus Ricky Starks, and the Jericho Appreciation Society are banned from ringside. Thoughts?
Ricky Starks wins. Jericho's just there to put people over now.
I mean,
that's a good one, Gus Wolfen.
That's how it.
What do you say?
Kant's book.
Kant's book. Yeah, but the apostrophe would break the hashtag.
Kant's book.
Yeah. Kant's book.
That could be misconstrued, really.
Yeah, right.
It could. But
Joe, again, if Tony Khan had half a fucking brain cell, you'd be right, and I would agree with you. Johnny, what is your prediction for this match?
Yes, you seem to be tapped into the Khan mindset.
It's actually not my prediction. I actually got this from it was probably one of the Cultaholic guys who mentioned it or wrestled. I think Action Andretti might come down and screw Ricky Starks because he's not an official member of the JAS.
Wow, you stole my. Damn it! I thought I was so clever. Okay, never mind.
No. Come on, again. I got to give credit where credit's due. I got that from one of the Cultaholic guys.
I was fixing to say, Johnny apparently listens to the same shows you do, buddy.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, I was like, ooh, that'd be a hell of a good swerve too, if because he's not in the JAS, and he'd probably come down under the premise of helping Ricky Starks.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden just waffles him with a baseball bat, and Jericho gets the pin.
I liked the first thing Jericho was doing when he was still the Painkiller. What was that thing called?
Painmaker?
No, that was his character, but the group he had put together was Santana and Ortiz,
the Inner Circle.
Jake Hager,
the Inner Circle,
huh? The Inner Circle. That friggin' T-shirt may have been one of the coolest T-shirts ever made.
Think about the one I have.
The one that looks like the cover of the Appetite for Destruction album cover, right?
Yeah.
The cross thing. Yeah, it's awesome. But this Jericho Appreciation Society is just dumb. Let it die. Whoever's wrestling against Jericho, beat him so he can get on to a different kind of thing.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
And the fact that more than one outlet, if you will, has the Action Andretti thing floating out there. It's just like Jericho should be there to put the new guys over. You're right, Joey. That's what he should be doing.
That's what he should be doing.
But Ricky Starks is already, they're
And by the way, John, you can put the comment back up. I agree with you, Zax. He ranks up there with Austin Theory to me. I can't give a shit about this guy less.
Wow.
I don't.
You don't give a shit about the Forever Champ?
No. Or this guy.
He's
just
the
don't.
now.
There's better wrestlers out there. So
they'll tell you he's the now.
But I think that Jericho's shtick has gotten stale in this spot. He needs to be put down. So.
I agree, but if I were putting money on it, Jericho's winning by some form of shenanigans, and more than likely it is going to be this Action Andretti thing, and he'll join the JAS. It'll give him some instant heat, but it'll also get him with.
Maybe he'll get a nice hat from Jake Hager.
Yeah, but he'll. I hope they don't do it though. I really hope it's just Ricky Starks gets a clean win. And he's dominant, and I couldn't disagree with you or Zach's more, Joe. I love Ricky Starks, man. I can see a huge future for this dude. He's got the charisma. He's great on the mic. He just needs to fucking hit the gym, man. He's too small.
And I've told you before. I lean towards the bigger guys.
I get it.
I would be booking big Bill. I'd be booking the big guys, man.
Yeah.
Wardlow, I'd be pushing him to the moon.
They really dropped the ball with Wardlow.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying that's not my type of guy. That's all.
Yeah, no, I feel you. But to lump him with Austin Theory, first of all, Austin Theory is like way more jacked than Ricky Starks. Austin Theory's gotten a lot better under Triple H's tutelage versus McMahon's. I cannot wait. I think it's this Monday. I think it's tomorrow, the Cena episode. That's where we're going to start.
Yeah, we got Cena coming on Raw.
Yeah, and that's we're going to start the road to WrestleMania.
We're not going to be
Austin Theory. The Austin Theory.
No, he won't be there. You can't see him.
You guys are funny. The Austin Theory John Cena program is going to start. tomorrow. What I hear is more beefcake. Yeah,
That's it.
Beefcake.
That's it. Give me the
big
big guys,
man slapping man meat.
And the guys I'm talking about, folks, we're not talking about an Omos that's so static he can't wrestle. I mean, we're talking Big Bill.
Big Bill's good.
Is a talent.
Yeah,
he's a head case, but he's a talent. Big
But
time.
he's gotten
Wardlow is an awesome wrestler.
Yeah.
I mean, you need to be pushing these guys to the moon.
I know, right?
I don't understand that.
He's like oh man. So Kevin Nash in his prime. No, and I love Kevin Nash. Is not as good as Cass or Big Bill. You know what I mean? He's just but I mean, there's similarities, obviously, the height.
They're there.
Do a lot of the same moves, but Big Bill's got more than the same 6 moves. You know what I mean?
Yep.
He's
And the thing is, Bill seems like he's really turned a corner with his whole
Oh, he
alcohol
has.
thing. And I mean, like, he really seems like he's got, like you said, he's a head case, but he seems like his head's in the right place right now.
Yes. Let's hope he's gotten the help he needs. I mean,
if he
seriously,
keeps
guys,
that
he's had mental problems. That's
he
why
keeps that
we didn't
up,
see him for a while.
I don't see a problem with Triple H bringing him back because he was a Triple H guy. And like, he was one of his NXT babies, and I can see when his AEW contract is up.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
H would bring him back on in a second.
Oh, yeah. And he wouldn't have him wrestling little people.
No, he would not. Yep.
Oh, that's so.
So I guess we all we're not all agreeing on this one.
I did love the fact that the acclaimed work the SAWFT soft.
Oh yeah,
a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that was that was good.
Yep.
So just to recap, Johnny thinks that Jericho's going over. Joe, you think that Ricky Starks is going over, and I sadly have to agree with Johnny because Tony Khan can't book. I like that hashtag can't book. We might use that. Tony
can't book.
Tony
Hashtag
Khan can't book. So the next match is another rematch. Wow. On a
Imagine that.
pay-per-view. I'm telling you, this is going to be their worst buy rate.
This has got to
ever.
be one of the biggest rosters in the world, and they keep having the same matches over.
I know it doesn't make sense. So we got Christian Cage versus the Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Sadly,
now,
I
it's
think
called a final burial match. Is this going to be a cinematic match?
this is a buried alive match, basically, is what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Jungle Boy.
that's what. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, yeah.
They got to put the screw to bed, babyface.
I think maybe they'll get Luchasaurus involved and he'll help, bury Christian. And
where is he?
He hasn't been around in a while, so people aren't thinking about him. So he kind of pops back up, gets the and Christian, they'll do that thing where you know what? No, they can't do, because if they're going to do the Action Andretti thing, they can't do the exact same thing with this match. You know what I mean? I mean, and if they do, that's just terrible. You like the same.
No, I think of all of them, this one's going to go to an ending. Because, think about the age of Christian. He's not going to,
Did you guys notice that little Easter egg he dropped in his promo Wednesday?
Which one?
The word he used?
No.
Grit.
Grit. Oh, yeah, the grit.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I think he's going to put over Jungle Boy. He's going to take a little time off. His contract's up, and then we're going to have one final run with Edge and Christian.
Only if we get 5-second poses.
Yeah. What's his contract status? Do we know?
I don't know off the top of my head. I can.
But that's a big one. If he dropped that, because I was kind of speeding through that episode, so he was on for a few minutes there.
Yeah, no, he the second he said grit, and even the crowd even acknowledged him saying it, like a little, and I was like, oh. Start looking stuff up, and because I know that Edge is already talking about retiring, but he wants to wait because he wants his retirement match to be in Canada, and it would be full circle. And I know he would love it if the retirement match could be, Edge and Christian, either Edge versus Christian or a tag match with the tag of Edge and Christian.
Oh my God! Can they all come up through the fire and bring Gangrel in for like a night?
For one night, for one night only. Yes,
he's still wrestling and get the whole brood. Oh, I'd love it.
Oh man.
Right. So did you look up the exact stipulations for this match? It's basically, my understanding is it's basically a buried alive match. They just call it, and it's called, like this thing I'm reading says it's a no holds barred match, but no, they changed it to, like when he got all scared. Like Jack Perry's not the fucking Undertaker.
so
This
is
doesn't make any sense to me. You know.
Okay, so what you're telling me is we're going to start the match in the auditorium. They're going to work their way out a door, and then it turns into a cinematic. Is that what we're going to do here?
I have no idea.
Attitude Era Buried Alive, where they just have this big pile of dirt in the middle of the
that's how WWE did it with the Undertaker and Mankind back in the day.
Yeah,
you know, and they learned their lesson.
Coffin there, right, or something.
Yeah. So I don't know if you remember the first time they did it. They didn't realize it was going to take a long time to fill that hole with dirt, and so they started sending like every single wrestler they had from the back to help bury him. And then the second one,
that's why
they
had
they
had a backhoe and
that's what I'm saying. The next time they had like a crane or something like that could scoop it in,
right?
Because they were like, yeah, we're not going through that again.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. He signed his multi-year deal in March of 2021. So technically 2 years is multi-year. So he's either got a year left or it's up this month.
A lot of them are up this month.
Yeah. But his contract, he signed his contract in March of 2021. Now they might do that thing where since he took time off for being injured, they tack that time on, you know. We'll see, but hopefully, you know, Edge will stick around for another year in a part-time role. So there's hope that we can have the reunion of Edge and Christian. Did you ever watch that goofy ass show they had? The Edge, I forget what they called it. It was on the
Edge and Christian show.
It was on WWE Network. I know
it was so funny. It was like their it was like their sketch comedy show.
Yeah,
it was so good. It was so funny. Those two guys.
They're great together.
They
need to be together, man.
Yeah,
they really do.
Just you can tell they have so much fun.
Yep.
So back to this, like I couldn't find the exact stipulation, but the way it played, it looks like it's going to be buried alive. Who do you think is going to win, Joe?
I think that Jungle Boy probably wins.
So we're all saying Jungle Boy, Johnny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All righty. Let's see. I'm trying to save the big one for last. I think that's it. I think we've gone through all of them except for the AEW World Championship 60-minute Iron Man match. MJF versus Bryan Danielson.
We had a promo at the end of Dynamite where MJF didn't say a word.
Yeah, and he looked like scared.
He looked scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
And yeah, I think we talked about this earlier. Drop the F-bomb. That was like,
yes.
Yeah.
Wow. So
Daniel Bryan being serious, man. The
Yeah.
American Dragon about to mess you up, man.
Right?
I love how he said, you know, something about like he deserves to have his fiance leave him.
Yeah.
Because all he does
that's when
is
he
hit
dropped the
Max.
mic,
really happened in
took
real
off
life?
the jacket, and was
Fiance
coming down
really
there,
leave him?
right? Yeah.
Or is that storyline?
I don't know. I don't care enough about MJF to do the research. I just thought it was he was like no. I love the line where he's like something like hitting the mats and banging rats. He's like, I wouldn't want my daughter marrying someone like that.
Yeah.
So
that's it.
Yeah, it was a great promo. Like I said,
great promo. Yeah.
The only match I give a shit about is this last match. And the sad thing is I don't know if the AEW fans are going to be like, I don't know how they're going to react to 60 minutes, a long damn time, man. You know,
Yeah, it is.
And Bryan Danielson's done like 4 or 5 of these. I think they were all in Ring of Honor, or most of them were in Ring of Honor. MJF has never done one of these. Now, sure, he's got some good looking abs. He likes to throw pictures up on Twitter of, but does he have the cardio to go a full hour?
Right. To go for an hour.
And keep it entertaining.
Yeah.
Like I tell you what, like a master class, and everybody would always say Ric Flair, and I know I'm biased because it's my boy Bret Hart, but the WrestleMania 12 Iron Man match is a fucking master class in how to do a good 60-minute match, because it didn't feel like 60 minutes. There was never a time where I was like looking at, oh my God, how long is this going to take? Or
who was that one?
It was Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels.
Oh, well, that's 2 guys that could go for an hour.
Oh God, if you haven't seen it, dude, we're gonna have to do a watch along one day, just that one match, because it's an hour. Maybe do like a commentary track or something.
I was going to ask you if you were planning on doing a watch along tonight with this thing. But,
I don't know. If Joe, if Joe Cronin does one, I might join his because we're such a small channel, and it's a lot more fun when there's more people there. And he's got it anywhere from 2 to 4 dozen people that'll show up for that watch along. So I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but probably not. If I do, it'll be super last minute. Yes, the Iron Man match. You got to see it. So the way they did that one, Joe, is there wasn't a single pinfall the whole match. And at the very end of the match, Bret Hart had Shawn Michaels in the sharpshooter dead to rights. And then the time goes out, they ring the bell, and champion's advantage. Even though Shawn Michaels never tapped out or whatever, he got to retain his title. So he goes to leave. And then that fat fuck Gorilla Monsoon comes out and says, no, we need to have a winner. Sudden death rules, get back in there, and next pinfall, wins. And they had 0 pinfalls each anyway. And that was really not fair to Bret Hart. I'm not trying to be a little crybaby.
Well, that's the way. Look, if I remember one thing I do like about AEW, and it's probably one of the reasons why you came back to it so enthusiastically. The match that put Darby Allin over, if you remember, was against Cody. And they went the time limit. There was no winner. So it elevated Darby Allin big time because he went the distance with Cody Rhodes. And Cody Rhodes was trying to fuck him up at the end of that match, if you remember. Excuse my French, boys and girls.
On heel.
He was doing everything he could to get that guy down, and he couldn't do it. So I can understand why you did not like that, because, hey, if you go for an hour and there's no pinfalls, guess what? Let the guy keep his belt. Let's do a rubber match.
Right. So here's what happens. So Bret Hart gets back in the ring. Shawn Michaels super kicks him. 1, 2, 3. It was a travesty of justice. And it was terrible. So here's what I think is going to happen.
Screw job.
With the boyhood dream.
Whatever. I think the people of a certain age, and Tony Khan seems to cater to them. That match, they were like, whether you like Bret Hart or whether you're a Bret Hart guy or a Shawn Michaels guy, you remember that match. And so you're like, if they're having, they're not going to let it be a draw or, a time limit draw or let's say they've got 2 pinfalls each. And then, so they're going to do a draw. I think this match is going to end in a draw. That's what I think. I do. I really do. Because you don't want to take the title off of MJF because you're trying to build him up as like the generational talent, but we all know that Bryan Danielson's better, and but he doesn't really care about being the champion. So I think the best thing to serve the story in both of those characters is a draw. Now I don't think they should do a time limit draw. I think it should be like 2 or 3 pins each to keep it because they got to fill 60 minutes. And I don't think they can do it without a lot of false finishes. I mean, like, no disrespect to, no, fuck MJF. He's no Shawn Michaels, Bryan Danielson's the Bret Hart in this example. You know what I mean? He's the technical wrestler. He's the storyteller. He's the one I don't know, like you want him to beat the shit out of MJF. You know what I mean? What do you guys think?
Go ahead, Johnny. You go.
I think MJF is going to win. I'm thinking a ratio of 4-3 MJF, but I think a lot of MJF's wins are going to come through cheap methods. I think he's going to piss Daniel Bryan off to the point where Bryan gets himself disqualified.
You mean Bryan Danielson? But yeah.
Yeah. I think MJF is going to win this one through being a cerebral assassin. He's going to bait. He's going to piss him off. We're going to see the American Dragon, the pissed off fury of Bryan Danielson come out. And I think MJF is going to turn that to his advantage. I could see one of those tactical spots where MJF will get Bryan Danielson into the like the salt of the earth, the Fujiwara armbar that he does, and Danielson's just going to tap out immediately because they've been really telling the story of his arm, and Danielson's going to tap out immediately to give MJF a win, but also to where he doesn't screw his arm up too bad.
Right. Yeah.
Like he'll tap because like I can afford a loss. You know, I can afford to go down 0-1 but I'm gonna save my arm.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So MJF's
yeah, no,
gonna
totally.
get a lot of like cheap wins like that. He'll piss Brian off to the point where Brian like hits him with a weapon or something, and bam, another win for MJF. So he's going to get a lot of his wins with his head rather than his brawn, but you know MJF's going to win.
Okay,
I don't see them doing a draw at all because Brett and Sean set a precedent, and now sudden death is kind of universally accepted.
Well, yeah, but see,
on a paper,
what if it's not though? I don't know. I would love that. I would. But anyway, Joe, what is your take?
I think that it will end in a disqualification of some type, and that MJF's going to keep the belt.
So we all think MJF's going to
I think that Daniel Bryan's going to kick the crap out of this dude. And
I will say one thing: it's going to be a hell of a damn match.
Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be great.
There will be blood.
But MJF is the modern day Ric Flair. He just is, and he's going to employ something to fuck over Daniel Bryanson. Or Bryan Danielson, whatever the fuck his name is now.
Bryan Danielson, yeah, that's his real name.
Yeah, Bryan Danielson.
I like that. I'm going to use that.
He is going to find some way to screw that guy.
Agreed. Agreed.
Yeah, well, I mean, you look at it on paper. Bryan Danielson should win this match, hands down, easily. You know, make him tap or whatever, but. Yeah,
part of me was
the heel
hoping...
is going to find a way to screw him, no doubt.
Mm-hmm. Part of me was kind of hoping we'd all have, since there were three of us, and I said draw, and he said MJF, that you might say Bryan Danielson. So none of us agreed, but you two agree. I really
think it's a disqualification.
You think it's going to be a DQ?
Exact? It's going to be a disqualification somehow. Yep.
And champion's advantage, he gets to keep his belt.
Right. Look, you're not going to diminish the best babyface wrestler you got in the company right now. You're not.
But you're also not going to take the belt off your best.
And you're not going to exactly.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I think the draw makes more sense, because you build them both up, you know, and then they can, you know,
the draw or the disqualification. He's a heel.
Yeah, well, it's kind of the chicken shit heel thing. Yeah, but what are the rules with an Iron Man match? So let's say you get a DQ early on, and that counts as a win, doesn't it?
That counts as a win for the person who didn't get.
So
DQ.
Is there no champion's advantage with the DQ then?
No.
So
not at all.
Then that might mess up Joe's prediction, because that if he got DQ'd and
if there's a disqualification, the champ keeps the belt.
Well, that's
why I'm saying he's gonna. That's why I'm saying he's gonna piss Daniel Bryan off to the point where Bryan Danielson hits him with a chair or something.
Oh,
damn!
Courtney, see, you're welcome, Tony. We're doing a better job of selling this damn pay-per-view than he is.
Than Tony Khan is, right? His show Wednesday didn't do it as well as we are.
Yeah, right.
You kidding me?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Thank you for the comment there, Courtney.
To me, MJF just sells himself. That guy is.
You're welcome. Hashtag
money.
Can't book.
Yeah, so we any final thoughts on our predictions for tonight's show before we give WWE about 15
they
minutes?
They really need to have some surprises in this show, because wow, Dynamite was not good.
No, yeah.
It really wasn't.
Yes.
Yeah. That needs to happen. That needs to happen. You're absolutely right, Johnny. That they need something like that.
Theory? You want to hear my crazy conspiracy theory?
Yeah, go for it, man. That's what we're here for.
CM Punk messes up the main event.
No, not the main event. He's gonna go after the Elite. No, I honestly believe this is why the video game has taken so damn long. Because again, this is a work. It's been a work since day one.
You and I both said that.
We are on the same page with this. CM Punk comes back probably tonight, or drops a video tease or something, probably to close out the show. And then all of a sudden, because they announced that
if they do that,
the video game is finally coming out on March 31st at the end of this month.
If
And
CM Punk
they
shows
never
up,
changed the cover. CM Punk is still front and center on the center of that damn thing.
I'll tell you, man, they'd break the internet if CM Punk shows up, or even if it's a video package.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody would tune in Wednesday night. Then that's
Yeah,
the
they
kind of thing they need, because, like you said, like that go home. That's like one of the worst, if not the worst, go home show I've ever seen for a pay-per-view.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
You know,
It was.
and the fact that none of us watched Rampage, that speaks volumes.
So
Like,
I will say one thing. I will say one thing about AEW as a whole. Maybe not Tony Khan. Maybe not. Okay. He does like to throw a lot of his eggs in one basket when it comes to their pay-per-view shows.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he does. Yeah.
I remember thinking, not this year's All Out, but last year's All Out, or like the 2021 All Out, had almost no build going into it. I couldn't give a crap about half of the matches on the card.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hell, like some of them weren't even announced a week before the show. Like it was only half a card going into that show, and I'm like, this is like their SummerSlam. This is like one of the biggest events of the year. And then
that's their WrestleMania. All Out is their
Double or
WrestleMania.
Nothing is their WrestleMania.
Oh, Double
or Nothing is their WrestleMania. They've always said that. Yeah, that's what they've always said, that is that Double or Nothing is their WrestleMania.
Okay.
So, and plus, All Out usually happens at the very end of summer. I consider it the SummerSlam.
Okay.
But sorry, you tracked me for a minute there. But yeah, there was almost no build going into that All Out, and it wound up being one of the best pay-per-views of the year.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep an open mind about tonight, because
Yeah. Are you doing a watch party, or?
They usually pull out all the stops for their pay-per-views, and there have been a few missteps, like the barbed wire death match and the whole brawl out drama and all that. But I do think that AEW is at their strongest when they're on pay-per-view behind a paywall. So I think we're going to see some crazy good things tonight. We're going to see some good action, some good storyline swerves.
You know, I still think
CM Punk return.
Yeah, I mean, I still think it's going to be their lowest pay-per-view buy rate. I really do. They just did it, you know, such a terrible. This feels like something. If I didn't have to watch it for this show, I'd probably skip it. I'm probably just like, you know, go out.
We're 4 weeks away from WrestleMania.
Yeah, yeah.
And people are going to buy that.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, it's also they only.
Then again, all they have to do is spend $10 on Peacock.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to go live. It's 4 hours away.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Are you going to the show?
I'm going to try.
Okay, good.
If I get tickets for less than $150, I'm going.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, no, we got our Undertaker one-man show tickets. I don't know if CC, if you're still in the chat, did you, or is it a surprise? I don't know if we got our SmackDown tickets yet.
By the way, you got 8 minutes, Big Daddy. 8
All
minutes.
right.
Remember, we're going to 50 this time.
Yeah.
All right, let's quick recap of WWE.
So speaking of WrestleMania, yeah, what did you guys think about WWE TV this week? And remember,
it was good. It was good.
Omos is apparently happening, which means Vince had a little hand in creative.
I heard a rumor this week that Brock is retiring after WrestleMania. I heard that rumor this week.
I don't see that. His last match is not going to be to Omos.
Let's hope not.
I hope not, but actually, I read that also. Yes, it was one of the What guys wrote an article about it. You know, and I don't know, to give someone this is Undertaker losing to Brock levels of huge rubbing if Omos is the guy that retires.
No, that
Lesnar.
would be even worse than Baron Corbin and Kurt Angle. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it would. So,
my girl Becky Lynch has a belt again. That kicks ass.
Yeah, Trish Stratus. I told you guys.
I don't know.
I told you guys Trish was coming.
It's going to be a triple threat at WrestleMania. You know what?
No, I think it's going to be. Triple threat with who? Because they're
or not a triple threat. Excuse me. It's going to be the three girls against Damage Control. It's going to be Trish Stratus and Lita and Becky.
Yeah, but they're saying they really want Ronda and Shayna to go for the tag belts.
Yeah, they want. Yeah. So how do we get
that? Would be great.
Ronda wants
that would be great.
Ronda wants, Ronda gets.
Yeah. This is true. EC3.
So that
so are
is,
they going to take the belts off of Lita and Becky before Mania?
probably.
Maybe Damage Controls can screw them. Because I would like to see the Becky and the Legends versus Damage Control, but you don't need belts for that match. That
You
match
don't need,
No, you don't.
You don't need belts. No, and I agree. That's the match that needs to happen. Here's the thing.
So
Lita
I would
never
say
got to
maybe
be.
Tegan Nox and Natalya take the belts off of Becky and Lita. Maybe Damage Control screws them out of it. There, you set up 2 matches right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ah, man, don't they have a better women's tag team than Natty and My Little Pony Girl? You know?
I would prefer
My
I
Little
would
Pony
prefer
Girl.
Toxic Attraction come up and do it, but you don't want to see heel versus heel on WrestleMania.
No, that's for sure. But
who? Yeah,
the rest of the stuff we can't talk about because you didn't watch SmackDown.
Oh, go ahead, talk about it. I don't care. You know, it saves me the trouble of
the promo between Cody and Roman was pretty damn good.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. That was pretty.
Oh, I need to go watch that. Okay,
you do.
It's the first thing on the show.
Good.
It's the first thing on the show. Good.
You'll love it.
First thing on the show.
I feel like they kind of swept the Jey Uso drama under the rug this week, which is what they sold and I'm like,
Sammy is still over like Rover. I loved the promo he cut on the phone with all the fans before the show that they showed. That was fantastic. He had them just pumped. That was awesome. It was a good week for them.
After seeing Sammy like on the press conference scrum after Elimination Chamber and everything he's been doing lately, I've had this little mental earworm just going through my head that like maybe agree with me on this or not. Sami Zayn is today's Mick Foley.
Oh yeah, dude. I tweeted that. I tweeted that. Yeah. 100%. Yeah, I tweeted that weeks ago. He totally is. Yeah.
Yeah. Serious Foley vibes, and I love Mick Foley. He's one of my all-time favorites.
The first time I said that, I actually used I think my tweet was, I'm getting some serious Mick Foley vibes from Sami Zayn right now. And this was during his promo with Cody Rhodes. Because that really it felt like Mick Foley from 96 or whatever, 97. It was 97, I think. It's good stuff, man. And he's keeping that. But here's the thing. They gave Mick the title. Are we ever going to get put this Sammy? I mean, was there ever a better moment than WrestleMania? Is Sammy ever going to get, or than
he's not going to get the title.
Elimination Chamber? Are they ever going to give him the title? You know,
I think he will.
He won't.
But it won't be how we expect. He's earned it. He'll get it.
Damn it. I keep forgetting radio. They can't see these speech bubbles. So earlier when we were making the joke about selling the pay-per-view better than Tony Khan, it's because one of the people in the chat said that they really wanted to see it now and they don't watch wrestling. And then we had another person in the chat say that 331 is their 6 years with no alcohol. And I have mad respect for you. Congratulations to you on 6 years. Zach says the same thing. Good Lord. I wish I could, I hope I could say that.
You go, Courtney. You go.
Yeah.
But listen, one more thing before we get out of here for today. And
we still got a couple minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Johnny, I've got this is the main thing I wanted to ask you two about, and I'll have to ask Johnny because you haven't seen it yet. There was a promo in the middle of the show for, looks like they're going to have some kind of fight between a bunch of wrestlers.
For the Intercontinental.
To go up against Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. Check me if I'm wrong. There was a great promo going on between Drew McIntyre and Sheamus.
Yep. That
they totally poo-pooed with 3 other shitheads coming out there. I mean,
agree.
The only one that came out there that I was even invested in was LA Knight. But there was a great promo going on between McIntyre and Sheamus. Watch that, Danny. I want to know your opinion of it.
For sure.
It was a fantastic promo between those two guys.
It was
I thought we were brothers. I guess we're not. It was really
oh man. Oh, so they're breaking up. The Banger Bros haven't been together long enough to break up. That's a shame. But
and it's trying to get a shot at the Intercontinental.
WWE does that.
They're going because ideally because Drew McIntyre's too big to not have a WrestleMania match.
Yep.
Yeah,
I want
but
to see a triple threat between Sheamus, Drew, and Gunther.
I was telling my wife when I was watching that promo, I said, it's really a shame that most people don't even know that this is the guy that Roman beat to start his reign, because he was a good champion. He really was, and most people didn't see it because
no. Roman beat Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt in a triple threat.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, Wyatt had the
I just know McIntyre was the champ during COVID.
No. McIntyre had already lost his belt. Who did he lose it to? Was it Brock?
Yep.
I don't know, but while he's thinking about that, folks, we got to say goodbye. We got to wrap it up. So thank you so much for tuning in, and come join us next week. Same Dork time, same Dork channel for Dork Side of the Ring.
Keep on keeping on, folks.